From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is a severe weather alert.
All right, it's currently 3:30 in the morning. I'm Fred Gossage along with Kelly Rossent and Brian Wilson in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. We've just cleared Ben Luna for the morning. As for most of us, the severe threat's winding down now, but we do have a brand new severe thunderstorm warning that in our viewing area includes the southeasternmost part of it. It's for eastern areas, Morgan County, Alabama. What time did you guys say this thing expires? Until 4:15. All right, here's the yellow polygon you see here. It includes areas like Somerville, Gum Spring, down through the east side of Falkville, Odin Ridge, Eva, Huleco, Apple Grove, the Morgan City area, Valormoso Springs, Lacey Springs. All right, so we're going to be here for a minute and have a new tornado warning for Morgan County in North Alabama for rotation near this area. So we're going to hold it here and see what's going on. This is going to be live nonstop coverage. Now, this is the only severe storm we have. So if you're watching us in southern Middle Tennessee, your threat's over the Shoals, Colbert, and Lauderdale counties. Your threat's over Franklin County. Your threat's winding down soon. There's some non-severe storms coming in. So this is the only thing we have. It's now been upgraded to a tornado warning until 4 o'clock for southeastern areas of Morgan County, Alabama. So we're going to hold it here until 4 or until the rotation moves out, because I think it's going to be out of there before then. The reason why it goes until 4 is because the warning polygon goes all the way across Marshall County and it goes down into northeast Coleman County as well. But out of our counties, southeast Morgan is the only one included. In the tornado warning polygon, we have West Point, 6 Mile, Odin Ridge, Cold Spring, Eva, Huleco, Ryan Crossroads, and Apple Grove. We have that Alabama Highway 67 corridor from the Coleman County line here in Huleco all the way back up to the 4-way with Alabama Highway 36. It used to be a 4-way stop. It may be a roundabout now, if I'm not mistaken. You have Minisburg not far from there. That's the northwest area of the tornado warning polygon. Let's go to storm relative velocity and see where the rotation is. And it's a very broad rotation back here near the Odin Ridge and 6 Mile area. That's going to be shifting off to the east, southeast at about 50 miles per hour. So let's zoom out a little bit and do a storm track from just ahead of that. This is going to be out of our viewing area in pretty short order, but we have this broad rotation here. Here are some times of arrival for the rotation. Yeah, that's what they have in the warning is, 50. All right. So times of arrival for this broad rotation. It's not especially tight, but there could be a spin-up tornado here. We have Apple Grove at 338, Ryan Crossroads at 339, Huleco 341, Joppa 344, Oleander at 344, Union Hill 346, and now we're starting to get into some of these communities in Marshall County, Alabama. We have Arab at 347, Union Hill 346, Union Grove at 349, Scant City 351, Red Hill 353, Gunners for 4 o'clock, and Sneed, if it holds together, in the northern Blount County, that's going to be 402. The only county we have in this is Morgan County. Once it gets out of Morgan County, we're going to come back away from coverage from it. And let's take that mouse cursor we have on weather 4 and get it off the screen, please.
Oh, my apologies.
I'm sorry, that was just distracting there.
Sorry.
But we have a very broad rotation near the Odin Ridge, Eva areas. That's going to be crossing Alabama Highway 67 within the next 5 to 10 minutes, probably the next 5 minutes or less. And then coming out here into the southwest corner of Marshall County and northeast corner of Coleman County, that's going to be out of our viewing area. So about another 10 minutes, we're going to have this rotation out of Morgan County and out of our viewing area. It's not trying to tighten up on the latest radar scans to see. Let's go to rotation tracker. This is one of the proprietary Barron severe weather products. And if there was a really strong rotation, it would start getting into the reds right here, and there will be a concentrated ball of it. You have a bit of broad, weak rotation near Odin Ridge, and we saw the broad velocity couplet, but that's not especially concerning for a surefire tornado, but as a course of least regret. If you're in these areas in southeast Morgan County, go through your tornado safety plan and don't wait. Don't wait until you hear something outside. Don't wait until you see something. Go to a small interior room, such as a bathroom, hallway, or closet near the center of the building on the lowest floor, away from windows. Cover your head and neck from flying debris. Bicycle helmet, if you guys have it, football helmets, ballistics helmets, batting helmets, construction hard hats, motorcycle helmets, metal cooking pot, if nothing else, pillows, blankets, flip the couch over in the hallway, get under it, cover your head and neck, that type of thing. You have to be out of vehicles. You have to be out of mobile homes. Those are not safe during tornado situations. That's the situation with the tornado warning in southeastern areas of Morgan County. We will hit the reflectivity, go to DMA, maybe do GWX. National Weather Service says they are watching some additional storms moving in from Mississippi and in northwest Alabama. Anything coming into Mississippi from Mississippi into Franklin County, Alabama is behind that gust front. The storms moving into Red Bay and Russellville and Phil Campbell are behind the gust front, and they're weakening with time. I don't see any severe weather concerns there. We have some lingering rain in the southern middle Tennessee, some lightning that may shift back into the shoals. You may be hearing lightning getting some rain around Joe Wheeler State Park in North Alabama. I see nothing severe there, and I think your severe threat is over. I think the only severe threat we have is this southeastern part of Morgan County, where we have a tornado warning until 4 o'clock, and it's not going to take until 4 o'clock to get that out of the county. Now, I can't promise you that they're going to be able to clear that polygon the minute that rotation moves out of Morgan County, because they have multiple circulations that they're watching, and watching circulations, issuing new warnings is more urgent than them clearing polygons and giving the all clear. So that may be more of a secondary thing. So it may come a point where you see us end live coverage, but the counties are still red at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. We will not end coverage until that threat is over in Morgan County. I want to make that clear. But when we end that coverage, even if there's a red county at the bottom left-hand corner, the threat for Morgan County will be over when we end coverage. So that's how that's going to work. Any part of southern middle Tennessee, if you're watching, it doesn't matter what town you live in, what county you live in, your threat's over. Severe storms are not coming back. There's not another round. You're clear now. The shoals, northwest Alabama, Lauderdale County, Colbert County. There's thunder, there's lightning, there's more rain coming in. There are no more severe storms coming. Threat's over. Limestone County, threat's over. Franklin County and Lawrence County, Alabama, that threat is ending now as the gust front moves on through. It's that southeast corner of Morgan County where we're watching. So we'll go to HTX and zoom back in and go to storm relative velocity and look at the rotation on the radar and see what that looks like. And I can tell you that the leading edge of the storm is within a few minutes of crossing out. We'll zoom in tighter here so we can get the communities to pop up. And rotation, and it's very broad. It's sitting over Ryan Crossroads right now, or just north of there. It's right on Alabama 67. This is the Brindley Mountain area of Morgan County. That's where this rotation is. That's crossing 67 now. Within 5 minutes, that will be out of the county, and we can clear back away from coverage. But for the next 5 minutes or so, in this far southeast area of Morgan County, be inside away from windows, lowest floor near the center, away from windows, out of mobile homes, out of vehicles, just in case there may be a small spin of tornado here. If you're back near Eva, if you're back near 6 Mile, if you're back near Gum Spring and Cold Spring, it's still raining heavily. It's still lightning. There may be some gusty winds, but the tornado threat is past you now, and you can come out of your shelter. It's right here at Hulako, Ryan Crossroads, and Apple Grove for the next 5 minutes or so. This Brindley Mountain area of southeastern portions of Morgan County. That's where we're watching for the next 5 minutes or so for the potential for a spin-up tornado. And then we're going to have the rotation out of the county and out of the viewing area, and we'll be able to end the live coverage at that point. Until then, we're not going anywhere because we still have this active warning. However, I will say on that new scan, it's even broader than it was on the last one, and it was broad on the last one. So I really question if there's actually a tornado here. Let's go to correlation coefficient. I think I'm not going to see anything, but I want to make sure. And yeah, there's not even the slightest sign that there may be tornado debris lofted there. So course of least regret here for the next 5 minutes. Apple Grove, Ryan Crossroads, Huleko, Brindley Mountain, the area of southeastern portions of Morgan County. Stay in your shelters. But it's going to be out within the next couple minutes, and I'm just not seeing any significant tight rotation there. We'll put on rotation tracker, the shear rate product, and it's even less organized than it was when the warning was first issued. So I don't want you to ignore the warning, and I want you to take things seriously, but it's more likely that there's probably not a tornado there than that there is. Now, that doesn't mean that this can't tighten up, especially once it starts interacting with terrain. However, it's a bit more likely to do that once it gets over into Marshall County and further east, where there's more hilly terrain for this to interact with. So it may be after it moves out of Morgan County before it tries to tighten up this rotation. But we're going to play it safe here. We want everybody to be safe, and we're going to hold this here for a few more minutes until this gets out of the county. But again, this is the only part of our viewing area where we're watching right now for a severe storm threat. Storms back in Mississippi, they're behind the outflow. They are weakening. I know they're still, for some reason, leaving that severe thunderstorm warning up for Tishomingo County. I'm not being rude, but I wish I could tell you why that's the case. That storm has been very apparent that it's going to miss Tishomingo County for a good half hour now, and the entire county is in the rain-cooled outflow winds from the rain-cooled air. So if you see the Yellow County, Tishomingo County, that storm's missing you. Lauderdale County, Colbert County in Alabama, your threat is ended now. You're in cool, stable air. That threat is coming to an end in Lawrence County, Alabama, and Franklin County, Alabama. These storms are not really becoming severe as they move in, because those storms are moving into air that's already been worked over and rain cooled. The severe storm threat's over for Limestone County, Alabama. And as soon as we get this rotation out of Morgan County in the next couple minutes, Morgan County, it's still going to be gusty and lightning and heavy rain, but then your severe storm threat will be over too. And every part of southern middle Tennessee that we cover, your threat's been over for a while now. We've announced that multiple times. So if you tune in for southern middle Tennessee wondering why we're on, it's not for you, and you have nothing to worry about the whole rest of the morning. You can go back to sleep in southern middle Tennessee. You're fine. It's just the southeastern corner here in Morgan County where we have this very broad rotation for the next couple minutes that's on the county line now. So we're going to hold it here until 3:45. The tornado warning is not going to expire, but the rotation will be out by 3:45 and moving away from our viewing area. So Morgan County, the tornado threat will be over at that time. So we'll hold it here to 3:45. Just so that we have a round number to work from. But that rotation is moving on out of the county, and it's very, very broad. We go to rotation tracker. That kind of helps us narrow down where there are some shear axes and things like that. And everything's very broad, very fuzzy. It's not especially tight. The gradients aren't tight. You don't see the red and yellow and orange colors on here. And where you do see the brighter green, it's shifting out of Morgan County over in the western Marshall County now. So what little bit of a tornado threat there was in southeast Morgan County, it's shifting out of the county now. So we're going to hold it here as a technicality till 3:45. Now, they may not clear Morgan County from that tornado warning polygon when we go off air, but we've already explained that they have more urgent priorities to handle besides clearing areas where the storms have died down. So when we go off air, Morgan County's threat is over, even if you see a bright red county at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. We will not end coverage if there's still an active threat. That violates a policy that we hold dear and have held dear since we started this company 4 years ago. But this rotation threat is shifting out of Morgan County over into Marshall County. Marshall County's outside of our viewing area. Huntsville TV stations, our friends over there should be taking care of you on social media and on television. They should be in live streaming coverage for all of these tornado warnings over in the northeastern areas of Morgan County. All right, here at the top of the minute, we're going to go ahead and end coverage as this rotation is moving out of Morgan County. So when the clock hits 3:45, Brian, just throw your hand up so I know we're ending. But for Morgan County, rotation's on out of the county now and shifting away. So for Morgan County, regardless of how quick they clear the polygon, your tornado threat has now ended at this time, and it's moving off to the east and away from you, and severe storm threat has ended. So hitting 3:45 now on the clock I have. So with that in mind, Morgan County tornado warning is technically supposed to expire here at I think 4 o'clock or 4:15. The threat's out of the county and moving away now. So Morgan County, your threat's over. We're going to go ahead and end the live coverage. Severe weather threat should be winding down, but we're not leaving the station. So if for some reason another warning is issued, we'll be back as necessary with live updates. For Kelly Rossett and Brian Wilson, I'm Fred Gossage, live from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. As always, stay with Tennessee Valley Weather. We'll keep you advised.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.